Well, when you install gCADPlus, this is the screen that you'll see. If you want to come up to speed with gCADPlus relatively quickly, click File and New, and we'll just accept this default environment. Well, the major part of the screen is this back area, the so-called drawing editor. And at this stage, you have no idea of the space that you have available here. So move to this distance tool and just click from one side of the screen approximately to the other. So let's begin to build a very simple little diagram. I'll start with the line command, and I can pick line command by saying draw and line, or I could go to the toolbar and pick the line option from there. Down at the bottom of the screen, it's saying in an area called the command area, first point, but it also says that at the crosshair. So we're in the drawing editor, we're about to place our first line, so we click with the left button of the mouse. I'm going to move down to the status line now and click on the word polar. Make sure that polar is on because we want to draw a line. Let's say we're developing a courtyard and we want to draw a line, say 11 foot 6 inches. So everything is in decimal feet, so 11.6. And 11 foot 6 inches is 11.5 feet. And we just hit the enter key. So in goes the line. Now because polar is on, can you see that if I move to the 45-degree angle, the angle is picked up automatically. At the moment I'm saying line next point 20.60 feet at an angle of, the left caret bracket says 45 degree. Well, let's imagine that we've measured a courtyard and it's 18 feet at that angle. So I just type 18 and hit the enter key. Now I want to head off in the horizontal direction to the right, and I might have measured say 23 feet 9 inches, 0.75, and we hit enter. And right click now and exit. Almost everything in gCADPlus can be operated by the right mouse button. So what I'm going to do now is right click and I can zoom a window. So you can see I can zoom in and center that area. I might want to select each one of these lines and I want to group them together, so I'll move over to the properties box on the left and I'll pick those 3 lines and right click and join them. Now that they're joined, we could offset them. So we could say modify, offset the 3 lines. I could right click and input a distance. Maybe it's a 6-inch offset, so 0.5, and we'll offset like so. We have the, now I say exit, we have the beginning of the outline of part of a courtyard. Let's bring in from a library a plant. Let's pick standard plant symbols. I'll pick, say, uplant symbol 0.5 and insert it into the drawing, and in goes the symbol. Now the symbols are pre-drawn to match a canopy diameter of 3 feet. So if I click here from one side to the other, it's about 3 feet. What I can do, the plant clearly might have a canopy diameter of, say, 5 times that. So I can select it and just type in here for an X scale of 5 and a Y scale of 5, and the plant symbol is magnified accordingly. Now if I want to present that on a piece of paper, we have already a landscape plan on an architectural C-size sheet. That's called a layout. So we can go format. If we want to make a new one, we can go layout. We just choose our sheet and the one above it is architectural C sheet. So let's pick another architectural C sheet in landscape format, and we'll OK. So now down in the bottom of the drawing area we have layout 1 that we've just done, and we'll click on it. I'll take grid off and I'll zoom extents. So there we have what's called a floating viewport. Let me just select it, and we're getting a cutout, if you like. We're looking through the sheet into what's called the model. So we can come back in here to the model. We're looking at the model. When we go onto a sheet, that's what we see. We've got a preset one here, a landscape plan on an architectural sheet, and we've got our logo put in the right hand side. You'll notice that I'm zooming in and out, and I do that with the wheel of the mouse. I'm on a Mac here, and the wheel is operating in the opposite direction to it does on a Windows machine, and I need to fix that with a little piece of software. But if I double click in here, I get a magenta box, and I can size that box and then right click and display it on the layout. So there's our drawing sheet all laid out inside a floating viewport window. Most of your work will be done in this particular space, and an awful lot of work can be done by right click. So I can pick this symbol, I can right click, I can move it or copy it. Then I'm asked for a base point. I can move it like so. So we now have 3 of these species symbols showing, and we can click on them. We could rotate them to provide a little more interest, and in that copy we might want to drop it to 3 and 3 for the scale factor. And whatever we do in this layout space will automatically appear on the sheet. So the more complex we make our design, the more complex the layout will be. It's possible to deal with the scale of that, the magnification scale of the viewport here, by changing a value on the right hand side, and we'll explain how that works in a little while.